Dang, the block is hot still. Like, look at all these one times everywhere. LA, man. Actually, you know what? This does not look that great because the sky's a little... All right, how we look? All right, how's this? LA, man, what a trip. What a place, man. Like, man, I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty dope place. Even though it's a dope place, there are some things that are kind of like, you might want to you might want to think about, especially if you're thinking about like moving here. Because for real, after being here for about a week, I could see why I moved here and stayed here for long, but then also why I bounced. After I finished college up in Atlanta, I moved straight to LA. I mean, pimping, I packed up everything I owned and drove from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast by myself like a boss. And the reason I came here was because of the opportunities that was offered here, especially in the entertainment industry. So I went to LA full of hopes and dreams. And look, I'm not gonna lie, man, like right off the rip, it was amazing. Like I got to work quick. I mean, I hustled and I made things happen. When I moved here, I got an apartment right in Koreatown. Matter of fact, I used to be hugging the block over here all the time because the streets loved me. Yeah, for real, I lived right in K-Town and I had a great time, amazing apartment. At that time, I didn't have a full-time job, but I did intern for the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, and then I started working for him like full-time. And then a couple of months after that, I finally got the big break I wanted in on-air promo. With this job, I was able to basically step up my game in my life, meaning I didn't have to live in this tiny apartment in K-Town, even though I loved the apartment. It was just a little small and it was like a little bit further away from work than I'd like, because your boy Sky Money loves to drive, but I don't want to drive like that every day. Like, I don't want to sit in traffic for like 30 minutes to go like 4 miles. You know what you picking it up? So I then moved to Hollywood and Fuller, where I pretty much stayed for years and years. And that apartment also was amazing. That was probably the best apartment I've ever had in my life. And now fast forward a couple of years, and I went ahead and decided to move my family from LA to the Netherlands. All right, man, so before I get into the video, let's go ahead. I gotta give a huge shout out to today's coffee sponsor, the OG Sharon. Like, Sharon, thank you so much for the coffees. You are a boss. And Big Pimpin' Digital Chat Tech, thank you so much for the coffee. And Pimpin', if you want to buy me a coffee, don't be shy. The link is down below. But if not, look, y'all already know I ain't a hater. My hood never let me be a hater. No tea, no shade. You know what, so let's lay it all out. Let's put it all on the table, starting with the pros of living in LA. And the first one would have to be everyone's favorite, the weather. You're looking at 360 days of like amazing weather. It's always sunny, and even in the winter, it gets a little chilly in the morning, but then heats up in the afternoon, and then gets just a little bit chilly in the evening. Like, yeah, unless you're at the beach where, yeah, it's a little bit cold. But for the most part, yeah, it's amazing. The weather is nice, if that's what you into. The next one has to be the amount of business and like career opportunities that you have here in Los Angeles. Because you have a huge hub of like the entertainment industry as well as the tech industry. There's also like gaming and real estate. Like, I'm gonna be honest, man, I actually don't even know what they don't have here. So if you are looking to like maybe start your career or advance in your career, LA, I have to say LA is one of the best places to go. My next pro would have to be the people. I would have to say, in general, like, people are like genuinely nice. Like, it's a lot of great people here, and it also seems like everyone's here and accepted here. Something else that I genuinely appreciate that is a pro to me is the creativity here. Like, it is so much creativity. Like, just people are just amazing. And I guess what I mean is, like, I don't only mean in the art scene, but I also mean just in general. Like, I've had so many people come up to me just because I'm holding my Sony A7S III. They would come up to me and literally talk about the camera, talk about what they use to shoot it with, etc., etc. Versus like in the Netherlands, I'm not gonna lie, like you don't see it like that over there. Like, you're just not finding like creative people daily, like just like randomly. Like, you just not finding. But here, I can honestly say, like, every day I've gone out and like just shot, like legit, someone has come up to me and genuinely told me what they've been working on, or like what they do in television, what they do in film. Yeah, and the list just goes on. The next pro has to be my favorite, and I think it's what sold me on moving here in the first place, besides the like opportunities here. But I would have to say the geography. Like, it is amazing. Like, I love just looking up that way and looking at the mountains. Like, it is truly amazing. I mean, even to the point where like sometimes occasionally when it rains really hard, you could like see the snow in the mountains. Like if you're like from my house, like I could just go up to the canyon and like see the snow. And then my last pro has to be the food. Now, damn, I have missed the food. Even though I'm not, don't get me wrong, it may not be the freshest, but the food is good. Like if you're just looking for something juicy, they have amazing Mexican food, amazing Asian food, amazing Mediterranean food. Like it's like, it is good here. So now for the cons. And now I'm gonna go ahead and start off the cons with saying, when I was living here, one of my biggest goals was to try to get a home. I worked hard, I had a good job, I saved money, and yeah, it really was. One of my biggest goals was to get a house here. But my ninjas, I'm gonna go ahead and call it right now because I gotta go ahead and say it. It is a hard thing to do. Now, it is not impossible. Like, Pimp, I ain't even saying that because I'm sure at the level I am right now, I'm sure I can get something within a year. But my ninjas, not for nothing, it's gonna cost some racks. Which leads me to my first con, which is the housing crisis is terribly insane here. For real, if you want something that's like good and in the city or in the vicinities where you're working, at least within like, I would say at least within 20 miles of where you're working, you better plan on not going nowhere, spending like no extra money, nothing. Because for like a 2-bedroom house like in K-Town, you're looking at least like $650 to $800. And then it can go all the way up to like $1 million. And then the same can be said with rent. Like when I was renting that other house, I paid, I believe it was like almost $1,900. And then when I lived in K-Town, at the time it was $668 or something like that. But pimping now, that place that was in K-Town that was like close to $700 is now going for like maybe $3,000 or $3,700, like something crazy like that. I just looked it up earlier and it is insane. The apartment in Hollywood that we had, it was $1,900. It's going for like $5,500 now. Now, something else that goes along with the housing crisis is the cost of living. Holy man, it was not nearly as expensive as it is now from when I lived here. Like everything is more expensive here than it is in the Netherlands. Like I don't even know how that's possible. Your groceries, your food, if you're trying to get a drink, the taxes are insane. I don't remember it being that high. Like everything has gone up so high here that like if you're just going out to get a drink, you're looking to spend at least $20. If you're looking to get some food with that drink, you're already looking at like $45 without including tax and tip.
So what did you do video for?
Oh man, he gets me, man.
Bro, fuck that shit, man.
Who has time to do the math in their head? But y'all see what I'm saying? Even the delivery guy pulled up, he's like, cost of living ain't no joke. So look, just be aware, if you're moving out here, cost of living is high. And now the next con is a bit weird because I also had it as a pro, and that is the weather. Since it's always sunny, I'm telling y'all, it don't smell that great. Just the amount of it's not good. Like the air it's not that fresh. It gets dirty extremely quickly. And it's all because it doesn't rain here. Like it's mostly sunny. All right, now the next con I'm gonna have to go ahead and call out is like entitlement issues. Like pimping, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if it's just an American thing, but wow, the entitlement is like a whole nother level. And now it's something that I have known about because I've lived here for so long, but man, I just kind of forgot. But wow, like just like when you're just walking down the street, for example, people will just walk right towards you, even though they got plenty of space, but will have you like moving out of the way up against the wall. And then my ninjas, they would have the nerve to look at you or say something like it was your fault, even though you gave them plenty of space. Man, I was sitting at a Starbucks, right? And there was a woman who just ordered and needed validation for parking. And man, I can't even tell y'all, like she threw a fit over this validation because the guy told her that the validation, when she asked about the validation, the guy told her like, oh, it's right over there. Like he literally just pointed around the cashier, right? Just the cash register. And this woman threw a fit. Basically saying, and she literally said, I don't understand why you just couldn't do it for me. And I looked at this woman and I was like, man, just the nerve of some people. And like, guys, like I'm gonna say, look, pull up a chair real quick, Pimp. Look, be careful of how you treat people who are helping you or serving you. Like, you need to treat these people with respect. Unless they being flat out disrespectful, like respect them and respect their job that they're doing. I know y'all a bunch of bosses. I know I ain't gotta really tell y'all that, but I'm just throwing that out there. Like, cause the entitlement here is, man, I feel so bad for some people who be working. Like it's just, and the next time I have to call out is just the transportation. Like whether it's driving or public transportation, it is actually really bad. Parking is super expensive. Driving is like unbearable. Like the traffic, like it is, guys, like, Oh, and then the public transportation is not that bad, but like it's not the most reliable, and it takes a long time too as well. Like it takes a while because it's just not like it's not a priority like it is like in the Netherlands or like New York. It's just not a priority. All right, so now that we finished our boba, I do have one more con, like, and it's kind of a big one, and that would have to be the homelessness crisis. Oh my, like, wow. Like, my ninjas, it's probably the saddest thing I've ever seen. Like, it was picking up right before I left, but man, I never realized how bad it got. Like, I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. Like, I was legit out filming, you know, doing what thugs do, and I was literally just out by my old apartment that I showed you guys. And just when you walk from my old apartment in the Hollywood Hills to like the grocery store, which is like 2 blocks away, there's like rows and rows of just like homeless people, like tents. And it is one of the saddest things like I've seen. Like I just didn't know it was that bad here. Like my ninjas. And that's not just where I lived in Hollywood. Like I was literally by the museum and I turned the corner and it just threw, like I was just shocked. There was just a long line of people living in these tents. How did it get that bad? Cause look, I'm gonna be real. I don't have the answers. I don't know why it is like that. Like I'm sure the inflation and cost of living here, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it as well. But yeah, it is just wow, like it is really on like just a whole nother level here. Like it is, man, I don't even know what to say about that. Like I don't know what to say. And it's weird to see like too, because it's like families and people who look like they're actively working, like, and they're like people in suit and they're just walking and they go home into these tents. And now again, Pimp, I don't know how to fix these problems. I don't know. I am shocked by it though. And this is clearly an issue here. Like it's a bad issue. That is it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. And again, I love LA. Like it's such an amazing place. It does have issues though. So if you are gonna move here, I tried to talk about things that a lot of people don't talk about. Like yeah, everybody knows crime is a problem too as well, and there's some other things. But I was trying to talk about things again that just no one talks about and no one really mentions. So these are some things that you might want to think about if you're looking to move, but it is a great place. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about my pros? What do you guys think about my cons? See, almost, look, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, because again, you might be helping somebody out. Also, again, a huge shout out to everybody who bought me a coffee. And if you want to buy me a coffee, Pimpin', don't be shy. The link will be down below. And if not, you already know, I ain't a hater. My hood never let me be a hater. No tea, no shade. We are good Gucci. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.